Shakti is the ability to achieve something, ability to actualize what you desire. So now, call for action is, unless we want to do it, it will not happen. See, my dear friends, just by repeating certain things at a certain point in our life, unless we get into the deeper part of the ocean, nothing happens. In swimming lesson, if you go, when we had a swimming pool in our school, and so how the swimming teacher teaches swimming is that they ask you to stand in one line, in front of the swimming pool. Then they ask you, this water, how deep is the water? 6 feet, 5 feet, very good. So stand in one line. So we all don't know how to swim, we don't know, this is the first lesson. So I can go and get a PhD in swimming, doctorate in swimming, breaststroke, stroke, and do the degree and all. But if I'm allergic to water and I don't get into water, I will know theoretically how to swim, but I will not get into the pool. So the teacher comes behind you, and then you will not believe. The first lesson in the whole thing is he runs from here to there, nudging everybody inside, pushing everybody into the water like that. So you have to survive, right? So if to survive, your legs will start waiting, and then they come back. You may swallow a little bit water here, a little bit water, but that is the first class in our swimming class. So technically, unless we plunge inside, it will not happen. Nothing is going to happen inside. So the experience that we have in your house, you have black and white. You don't have black and white TV. You have color TV, right? And in some houses, color TV has become big TV. And then after big TV, you have smart TV. So you upgrade your experience. So television watching has become enhancing. Then from where last time you used to go, walk up to the TV and change the channel. Now you sit at home and just press. In fact, nowadays the only exercise, if you are tired, is only at this arm because you're pressing the, the knobs. So technically, it's only that exercise that we have. So the other thing is that you upgraded your car. Every experience in life you upgrade. In spirituality, there is a need for us to upgrade our experience. So from the worldly life which you have lived and now you have come into the Sai Center. So at the Sai Center, it is at this level. Now we've got to deepen the experience, because the depth of that experience of bliss is equivalent to 10 to the power of 18 happiness. Happiness means if you are married, you got children, you got a good position, good wife, good car, everything good. This is called one level happiness, 1 unit of happiness. Multiply that by 10 to the power 18 levels of this happiness is that bliss that God is giving. Can you see the 10 to the power 18 bliss? That is why when you see the rishis there up in the mountains, tears flow down of happiness and bliss. What is that they're experiencing that we have not experienced? In fact, we will experience it if you are in Puttaparthi and Swami just needs to pass by. And suddenly, for no rhyme or reason, tears are flowing down. You see, many of you must have experienced. You don't know why you are tearing. Suddenly tears. What is that? Tears of bliss is flowing down. How is that tears of bliss is going on? Because that is the amount of happiness that we have. So these tears of bliss, of course, other moments is that when in the outside the maternity home, the wife delivers inside and the baby is now brought out, and you look at the baby and then 2 tears fall out. So this is all bliss. So blissful feelings of spirituality at that height is 10 to the power of 18 quintillion happiness. So Swami is saying, why are you settling for this level of happiness when we can go for that level of bliss? But it cannot happen if we are just in the shallow waters of spirituality. We have to deepen the experience as we keep on going. So the process of that is that, number one, I must read Swami's literature. So Swami's literature must be read every day. We have to read. Intensively you have to read. Why? Because in Jnana Vahini, Baba said, knowledge will not come into us if we do not have intensive inquiry. Number 2, must we have incisive inquiry. 2 things for knowledge to come. Intensive inquiry means you cannot read one book today, keep it folded, and then after 5 days pick it up. It will not happen. So intensive, every day you have to apply, like brushing the teeth. You have to keep on reading it intensively. Number 2, incisively. That means you must go deeper at every level we have to go. When you go deeper and deeper, you have to ask, keep on asking, keep on asking, keep on questioning, keep on questioning. This questioning mind is why the Bhagavad Gita is question, answer, question, answer. Over the 1000 Upanishads, also question, answer, question, answer. which it is questioning, then only we can get the answer. So the point of the story is that it's only through questioning that we can get to the deeper end of the ocean. So this process must commence and must grow intensively. And once we have that and we experience that entire bliss, right? So this call for action is not so much the external, that action must also come, but also the internal action on ourselves. In other words, we should never become complacent. That's it. That's why Baba said, love my uncertainty. This happened when one day I finished my PhD and came to my university, and I still remember going to office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On Thursday, I was returning back in these first 4 days. I was returning back home. Suddenly this thought came. Hey, what is morning I went to work, evening I'm coming back. Morning go to work, evening I'm coming back. It is morning to evening come back, and if you continue life like this, what life is there? We just go, come, and then finish Saturday, maybe one come here for one budget, and then go. Hey, it looks very superficial. That means, am I born for this office work and coming back? Doesn't make sense. So some people say, now I am retired. Okay, then what will you do? Now I'm retired. Then what will you do? I'm retired. Okay, agreed. Now what will you do? Now wait for him to call. So now if you have already resigned to the idea to wait for him to call, then we cannot be concluding that our purpose in life is only to work. Does it make sense? See, our work is 9 to 5. We cannot be coming into this world just to work someplace, get some money, and then satisfy everybody and finish. It doesn't make sense. There must be something higher purpose. Dogs and the cats and the mosquitoes will not think about this. Only human beings can think about it. That's why Swami said, you are the crown of creation. While only man can attain the supreme, what is it? Atma. So attaining the Atma is not the privilege of the dog or the cat or the animals. It's only human beings, and that is why he's the crown of creation. Because only he can attain the supreme. Only man can become God, Baba said. So therefore, if I can attain that higher status, because 10 to the power quintillion bliss, then why should I settle for something lower? So if I want something higher, then it should be the yearning to have. That yearning must be the yearning to liberate. So then when you have a yearning to liberate, you find slowly detachment takes place from the world. So then you find there will be illumination. If this happened in Swami in the interview room, and I was sitting next to Swami, I took Swami's hands next to the interview. I took his hands and put it on my head. Yeah. And Swami said, what are you doing? He said, what are you doing? I said, Swami, I want enlightenment now. Give it to me now, I said. I told him like this. Swami said, hey, enlightenment is not a business transaction for me to give you and for you to take. you have to earn, Baba said. You have to earn it. So ultimately now at the end of the day, it is this intensity. You want that liberation. If you have asked for this particular request, then everything else is a subsidiary to that. This is the highest state. So Baba said, if a river is flowing, even in the river, has this innate intelligence to reach the ocean. Then why is it that we are not having? That's what Baba is asking. Why is it that we are not having that intensity to achieve the ocean? So the intensity must be, hey, by the time I finish my life, I must get there. So that single pointed, focused attention is what it is. Now, what we do, we use that mind. We worry about some problem. Suresh, you don't understand my problem. This is a problem. So you keep on thinking of some problem, you keep on worrying. Okay, so when you have this, see this auntie, I was meeting her on the road. She told me on the road when I was walking, she said, Suresh, how are you? So I said, I accidentally asked her, how are you? So so she kept on narrating all the Herculean problems that she had. So I kept on listening to the problem. Then I told her, Auntie, I can solve your problem. What do you mean? All your problems will finish now. Really? How will you do that? You see the lorry coming? One nudge, there you are, off you go. Say, Suresh, how you can... Simple. That means if you have life and you keep spending your time on thinking about your problem, that means the problem don't go. The fact is, the reverence for life is when you must experience bliss and peace, because the problems will accompany you. You mean to say your problem is bigger than you have a problem. And then I have a problem with my wife. And then you run to Sri Rama's temple. Then you pray. Rama came. Yes, my son. What is your problem? Swami, my wife. I cannot take my married life anymore. Where is your wife? At home. Isn't it? My wife was taken away from me. Right under my nose. Someone came and kidnapped my wife and went away. Your problem is bigger than my problem. How would I say like that? You're taken away, kidnapped. His problem is much bigger. Think, Krishna, when Krishna, I have job problem, terrible problem. Even Krishna came. What's your problem? I have a job. What's your job? Accountant. Chief accountant. You have problem? Do you know what was my job? I was keeping the horses, washing horses, charioteer. Every day I overtake the chariot and then return back and wash horses. Is your job more bigger than my job? You think you have a problem? My problem is bigger. All the avatars had their own issues. All the rishis had their own issues. Your problem, if you think your problem is big, my problem is much bigger. But in all, they had a cheer and a laughter in their face. Because whatever the problem, small thing. That's why you go to Swami and tell your problem, say, what's your problem? Past is past. See, this is how past is past. That's what Swami will say. He will like, what? Swami, my problem is my mother-in-law. Oh, come on, sit down. And I will counsel you. Did Swami ever say like that? He will say, any problem? Past is finished. Then we don't think of it. Past is past. So now when the past is past, yes, brother, but I am hurt. How will this hurt go from me? See, there's some people like that. So the only way you can do healing and hurt feelings to go is to serve Swami, I am yours. You do what you want. This is my life is yours. So this is why, remember your prayer, when you pray, you chant that prayer? I don't know whether you did that. What the prayer that Swami, all the other prayers are given by everybody, but Baba only gave one prayer. You know which one is that? Swami's prayer. Which one? Because it's not the Sai Gayatri, all this is given, but Bhagwan's prayer, Swami himself gave it. Which one? Which, you know?
Take my love.
Yeah, take this. This is Swami's prayer. Take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to thee. You are telling Swami, Swami's prayer. Swami wrote this prayer for us to chant. Take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to thee. Take my hands and let it work incessantly. Take my soul and let it infuse. Take my thoughts and let it be in tune with thee. Now comes the final one. This is the climax. Yes. Take my mic. 3 months. 1 speaker. Okay, that is good. But the final line, Swami's final line, what is it? Take my everything and let me be an instrument of God. Do you know what that means? You are telling, take my everything. Then one day Swami comes, okay, come, I'm taking your job, I'm taking your reputation, I'm taking your name. Hey Swami, why are you taking everything? You only pray, take my everything and let me work for thee. You are praying for this. Bhagavan comes and asks like that. See, the point is, take my everything, take my what? Take this whole concept of my I and my. I'm not interested to live in this world for my own identity. I want to live for you. Only because if I live for you, can I be a hollow flute by which your music comes and the world can be listening to the music. The whole point is, this I and the my is what it is causing this whole misery. So I need to remove this I and my. How do you remove this I and my? If this I and my is putting me in a cage. Take away the I and the my, you become a sage. See the difference? This is like that dialogue. so I and my puts you in the cage. But you take it away, you become a sage. So the whole point of this story now is, how do I take my I? How do I dilute my I? That process of diluting the I and the my is the Chitta Shuddhi. That is what Swami is speaking of. So cleansing. So for the cleansing program, he created this washing machine. This eye center is a washing machine. So you all come into the washing machine, put yourself inside. This Chitta Shuddhi is taken. You take place there. So you come for bhajan. Those who are interested, who have devotion, you go into the devotion place and sing and sing and sing and sing. Those who are interested in seva, you do seva. The singing people must understand that singing alone will be just one aspect of Chitta Shuddhi. You have to now, those who are bhajan singers also must participate in the seva. And those who are seva people must also try and go into devotion if you have a voice. Otherwise, it will not be a seva. so it will be quite a miss. So then you go into seva. Then if both groups of people must get into dhyana. Then those people, so like that, the integral yoga, which is 9-step of code of conduct, is placed there. But if you just stick to one, that is why yesterday in the session we talked about it. That means you must discover your discomfort and embrace the discomfort. If you embrace the discomfort, only then can you expand the consciousness. We only like to do what we like to do. But Baba said, don't do what you like what you do. Whatever you're supposed to do, you're supposed to like. So therefore you must find the areas that you don't like and try to like it. So call for action is, there must be realignment in certain thinking in our devotion in order for us to escalate our human consciousness. Yeah, so next slide. One slide so long. Okay, so what we are and what we want to be, this is leap of faith. You have to make the jump. What we are is this side. What we want to be. So now Baba says, what do you want to be? Baba is saying, why don't you be different? What do you want us to be? Swami said, hey, do you know what? You are God. You want us to be God? My God, that is very high status. That is very, no, I am God. I want you to be realizing that you are also God. So I'm now a human being, angry, upset. Yeah. Now I want to be God. So I went to the caterpillar and told the caterpillar, caterpillar, you have a high potential in you. What? You can become a beautiful butterfly. Caterpillar told me, I cannot. At this point of time, I'm parasitizing on the leaves. I'm a creepy, crawly creature. Nobody likes me or not. I said, no, you have the potential to be a butterfly. I cannot be a butterfly. Look at the butterflies, always wanted by people who help in the pollination and so on. But I'm not like that. I'm just a creepy crawly. I told you can't be. It is impossible for you not to be. This is your butterfly potential is found in the caterpillar. So caterpillar told me, what should I do? You should go within. So when the caterpillar started to go within, it became a pupa. When it became a pupa, it went inside. It's there they realized what I am, and therefore metamorphosis took place and broke the shell, and then the butterfly came out. See how it came out then? The butterfly came to thank you so much for releasing me from this caterpillar state. Caterpillar state is a human state. Butterfly is a divine state. I never understood that the divine state is in me. Therefore, I went through. But when it was coming out in the pupa, I stupidly took my pencil and pen and broke the shell. When I broke the shell, because I saw it struggling up, so I thought, why should you struggle? Therefore, I took this and broke. And when it came out, it could not fly, because the butterfly could not fly. Someone told me, Suresh, you damaged the shell. That should not be the way. The opening must always be very small. Therefore, the butterfly must squeeze its wings so that the veins get the necessary fluid so that the wings can be sharper and stronger. Therefore, it can fly. That is why we have to struggle. That is why there is purposely a suffering. And the suffering is for the purposes of strengthening. Therefore, you should not ask God, why am I suffering? Why am I having problem? The problem is for our purposes to strengthen. So when the shell breaks up, I am moksha, I am liberated. That's the whole process, isn't it? In the same way, when the process of trouble is taking place, it is meant for our good. So any problem in our life, don't say, why am I having the problem? You should say, give me strength to manage the problem. Why? Because you are telling me to develop my wings to fly away. So this is what the whole transformation. So you have to jump. Leap of faith must be there. Leap of faith can only come from one point. What is it? One point you must have leap of faith is, unless you have confidence, you can. See, the baby is on the floor. And the mama is telling, come baby, come darling, come. I come. So slowly he puts his one leg forward. And then he doesn't know, he takes one step, he only sees the mother's eyes and collapses on the mother catches the child. And then slowly the legs get strengthened and the child is walking. If the mother did not do that exercise, do you know all of us will be crawling to this hall today? Yeah. Why are you not walking? From childhood onwards, I have decided not to walk. I'm crawling and coming. So your cars all will be designed differently because you are not able to walk. The fact that we are able to walk is because mother helped us to develop the confidence in the leg. And the confidence is a leap of faith. So how the leap of faith comes in? I look into my mother's eyes and put my step. So I must have what? That's why somebody said, in order to develop confidence, the first step is faith. See, unless I have faith in my mother who will catch me, I will not develop the confidence. So the faith is what Bhagavan Baba will do. You must be there. So then when you have the faith, you jump. Once you have the confidence, Swami said, once you have the confidence, it leads to satisfaction. Self-confidence leads to self-satisfaction. Only satisfaction means happiness. That's why it's called Guru Purnima. Because only a Guru can give you fullness, Purnima. Others will not give. Purnima means fullness. So therefore, from the confidence, you have full satisfaction. From the satisfaction, only then I have the capacity to give time and energy, which is called sacrifice. Only by sacrifice can I realize. So therefore, we have to give something away. So now, giving something away means the English word for that is commitment. So when we are committed, then we give time, we give energy, we give effort. Can you make it next Saturday for that meeting? When is the meeting? Next, Saturday again. Because I have something else on. Then when is your next meeting? 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks, that I am not able to do. Then when are you able to do it? This is the thing, I am looking at it. See brother, I think I better not take any responsibility. You know, the reason is my attitude is that if I commit something, I must commit 100%. Have you seen some people talking like that? If I take any job, that's my nature, you know. If I take any job, I will commit 100%. That is why I am not taking it. I tell you, funny. My attitude is like that. If I commit to any position, I will give 100% of my time. But at this moment is, so are you saying that you will finish all your obligations and commitments and then come to serve Bhagavan? You will never finish your commitments and obligations because the commitments and obligations will continue to increase. Believe me, in this world, in this material world, if you say no to this, you will never say yes to this in future. Because there will come a time when your commitments will increase, your obligations will increase, everything, you won't have the time. This is why in the Ramayana, the deer is another example where Sita wanted the deer, they chased the deer went deeper and deeper. When you came near, the deer went near. Why? It is to symbolize it will never satisfy. It will keep on going and going. So when you keep on going and going, what will finally happen? Sita will be kidnapped. Health, wealth, all will be taken away because you are chasing away. Sorrow will follow. So the point of the story is that you have this commitment, that commitment, this commitment. With all this commitment, are you still able to give time and energy to God? That is called sacrifice. That's all. Sacrifice doesn't mean you have $100, you give $10. That's not sacrifice. No, you cannot give. That's why in Swami, you remember the story of that brick where that boy was a schoolboy. He was Swami's student. He said, I will wash early morning. I take the dhobi clothes and I myself will wash it. So what parents gave that money I use it to buy this. He put his money in the envelope and told Bhagavan, use this to buy at least one brick for the super specialist hospital. Swami came out of the room and Swami said, this is crores and crores and crores of rupees. What does it mean? In Swami's size, this is crores. A multi-millionaire, after doing everything, you come and give 1 crore, there is 1 crore. But this is just few cents. In his eyes, it's crores. So I saw that part of the story. I realized how he's looking at it. He's not looking at the money, but he's looking at the intent of the donation. He's looking at the motive of the donation. He's looking at the effort of that. Swami said, effort is proportional to grace. So when you effort, you will get the grace. So when you cannot give time and energy to do anything, and yet you're doing, that is sacrifice. So from that sacrifice, can you get realization? See? So that for that to happen, we have to jump, leap of faith. Otherwise, we will always will say, no time, no time, no time. So this is how to get this one. I'm telling you, this is how. And when you give God any time or energy, you will always get it back. This happened in Krishna's time when he was in the river. He was bathing in the river. Then what happened was Krishna's hand got cut. Little hand, the blood came out. So Satyabhama was there. Rukumani was there. Draupadi was there. All 3 of them were there. So Satyabhama said, my God, the blood is coming out. He ran. She said, hey, hello, please, whoever, bring some cloth, bring some material, Satyabhama said. Rukumani ran inside to help, to get some cloth. But Draupadi, she tore a sari. And you may think It's a great sacrifice. But ask any ladies who have saris, they'll never tell it. One sari you tie, you never get it back again. So she tore that piece of sari and tied it around the finger of Lord Krishna, like that. Draupadi did that. So the sari was stopped. Many years later, when Dushasana was pulling the sari of Draupadi, Draupadi was shouting Krishna like that. Krishna, because modesty was being outraged. So at that point of time, when he was doing like that, Krishna was like that, up there in the other loga was in the suite. So Rukmani came and told, see, your devotee is calling you. Why are you not running? He said, see how she's calling me. He said, what happened? One hand up. Part-time devotion cannot get full-time grace. So he said, what do you mean? Hey, this is not the way to call me. So Rukmani went down and told Draupadi, and she was, my husband is not like this type of person. So he won't come down. But one hand, Lord won't come. Then that's when both hands went up. And both hands went down, the sari kept like that, and Krishna blessed. He got bales and bales and bales and bales of sari until Dushasana was exhausted, totally exhausted. Then, my God, thank you. Then, bales and bales of sari you got. Why? You gave me one small piece of cloth. In return, whenever God gives back, He gives back with interest. When God gives back, it's always with interest. You give a little time to Him, time you get back is plentiful. That's why I'm telling the young adults and the youth here, you cannot have you study issue, this issue. Give time to Swami, you'll find intelligence coming up. Things will develop. Actually, I'm telling it to you from my own story. My own life is like this. So I was not a very good student and everything else. I failed my exam 2 times. Did I tell you about this? No. I'm very proud to go around the world and tell about my failure. I think I must be the only person in this whole world doing it. So I failed 2 times. My Form 6, my A levels, I failed once. Then they asked me to do again because we are Hindus. We will blame everybody, including our horoscope. The sun will do the side, moon went the other side. So they blamed it. But anyway, I failed once, and then again I failed another time. And there was no hope. There was absolutely nothing else can happen. So it was at that point of time where everybody was equally confused. My career guidance counselor, who I think themselves don't have a career, but they guide other people to other careers. But she told me, you will never have any future in science because my results were all bad, very bad. So my father wanted me to take up medicine, but he looked at the results. He said, "You cannot go for medicine. It's best you take medicine." He said. My father told me to take medicine. So as a result, that was my disappointing life in the early years, with highest state of confusion, the greatest lack of clarity, and I didn't know what to do. It was totally. And then there will be some relatives to come. This is the Maha Mantra, very really. Actually, what is it you really want to do? If I knew that, I would have done it, isn't it? Who are you to come and tell me what I don't know? That's why I'm in this confusion. So, it was a very funny state of affair. But it was at that particular stage, in this confusion, that one day I went to my father's room. He was being the eldest in the family, and he was very interested for me to call me a doctor. But I love my father and mother very much. So when I opened his door, he was crying. This article came out, a big article came out in our national newspaper. They highlighted this whole incident early in the papers. So my father cried. So I saw him crying, so I closed the door. And I closed the door and I came out. I decided, what is this? So I had to examine. Am I stupid or am I retarded, or what's the problem? What's my issue? What's my concern? I think it was mainly because they started in the examination, they ask you questions that you don't know. That's the very funny thing. I think they should ask you questions that you should know. If you ask me questions that you don't know. So therefore, I took that thing, I started examining. In that examination of things, I decided, the moment I saw my father crying like that, I went to Ganapati temple. We have a big Ganapati temple. From that temple onwards, that's it. So all the doors were shut. Every door was shut. I couldn't go anywhere, no place to go. And my parents were not rich enough. Nowadays, anything you don't know, they can send your children overseas and all that. But we're not that well off, so we didn't know what to do. So the only thing that we know, we pray to God. And in the temples and all these places that you have, there's a power, there's a Shakti power. You must not underestimate that there's a voice listening to you. So after a long time praying intensively, telling no prayer, I tell you pray like anything. Monday fast, I fasted, Monday, Friday fasting and all that. So one day I really went to Ganapati temple and then told, okay, that's it. From this moment onwards, I'm telling you, I said, from this moment, I'll give myself to you. This is the day I said, you come there and ask, God, what do you want? I want this, I want that, I want this, I want this. Always we do this, isn't it? Whenever you go to temple, we have got, daughter is not married, my daughter must get married, my son is not married, my son will get a job, my husband took 2 lottery tickets, at least one must try. So we asked so many requests from God. So now I went there and said, hey, Lord, I tell you what, this is the best thing. From now, this moment onward, I'm not going to ask him. I want to be yours. That's all. From this moment onwards, I'm yours. So I took a coconut, prayed properly, and smashed it like anything. And that's it. And I entered. You know, if it was in a Tamil movie, you would have seen a slow motion. So I did like that. That's how I. So from that moment onwards, certain things happen in my life. The college door opened. One college door. So I went into the college. Basically, they accept some basic things that went inside. So my entire intention was to please my parents. That's all. I wanted my mother and father to call me doctor. That's it. I had no other ambition in this world except to make me call a doctor. So I struggled in that particular thing and pray. Then in that college which I studied, Brother Jagadisan, I think you know him, Brother Jaga, he came to the college one day to talk about Hinduism. So we were sitting I was sitting at the back. The only reason why I sat at the back is to escape at the, the normal thing after the lecture start, the lights will go off and I will run away. That's what I thought. But he came to the front and he started talking. He's a very mesmerizing speaker. So I listened to what he said. There was something that was pulling and attracting. So after he finished his speech, I followed him to the car, wanted to know where he came from. He said from the Sai Baba Center and this one. So as a result, after a few days inquiring and all that, I entered the Sai Baba Center of my center on Vinayaga Chaturthi day. On Vinayaga, that's the day that I entered. I sat at the back there and prayed. So when they sang Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha, I sang also Ganesha. Sai se Sharanam, Sharanam, I kept quiet. Yeah, because Afro hairstyle was in my cup of tea. Oh, beard must be long, hair must be long. That is the signature of a Swami. Afro, okay. So I sang all the Ganesha song, Shiva song, Rama song. I sang. So this is how I did. But what was attractive was the devotees. There's something funny about the very peculiar kind of energy. Very all loving, all kind, always serving. So I was attracted to his devotees more than attracted to him. So it was like this kind of situation that I was just orbiting around, wondering. But I saw some element of clarity coming inside. So I joined this group and went to do seva, went to do this and all that in the waters. But there was something happening in my system, but later on I began to realize there was something going on, but I didn't really fully understand well. But it was at that point of time that my father came and said, he works in the airline. So he said, hey, I got airline ticket, you can go anywhere because the airline tickets you can take. Where do you want to go? I said, I'll go and see Sai Baba. I want to see. So I took the ticket and came to Bangalore. From Bangalore, I took this bus, 6 hours, 7 hours, one of the, it was like a roller coaster ride. So finally we reached Prashanti late in the night. First time, you're going there, you don't know. So first night I stayed at the shed. Next morning, Brother Jaga gave me some books to get blessed. So I went and asked. That time there was an elderly man called Mr. Kudumba Rao. You know Mr. Kudumba Rao. So I went to see him. I said, this is Brother Jagadisan's book. So they took me and I sat in the first row. So Swami is coming now. This is my first encounter with Swati Sai Baba, and this is my first one sitting there. So I'm mentally rehearsing. How do I call him? See, everybody says Swami, Swami. So I said, no, it's Swami. So I'll call him Sati Sai Baba. Because his name is Sati Sai Baba. So Sai Baba was Sati Sai Baba. That's what. So I said Sati Sai Baba, Sati Sai Baba, Sai Baba. So I was rehearsing mentally when he comes. I want Sai Baba. I want to say Sati Sai Baba. So I was rehearsing like that many times. So now Swami is coming. Swami came straight to me. So when he came to me, I stood up halfway. Interesting, I rehearsed it many times, Sai Baba Sadhu Sai Baba. When the word came to my mouth, is Swami. I still don't understand how that logic can Swami. These are books from Brother Jacob. I know. He blessed them. Those books he blessed. So he said, yeah, and then I touched his feet. Then the first few rounds there, 3-4 times, every time I got the first row, second row, Swami came, Swami was signing somebody's book, he would give me the feet, I would touch the feet. So this Pada Namaskaram was going on 2-3 times. So every time, I thought it was, everyone like that. I felt, Swami came first few times, so it was like, then there was these 3 ladies, Malaysian ladies were sitting there. They came to me and told me, hey, Swami seemed to be coming to you all the time. Why don't you ask for interview? He said, why don't you ask for interview? I said, what is interview? Interview is where they will take you inside and give you chain and rings. They told me he said, why he gives like that? His blessing, you get chain and ring. Really? He said, okay, I'll ask if he comes up. So when he'll ask, he'll also ask how many. So when he says how many, you say 4, 3 plus 1. But I said, you didn't come. It's okay, 4 of us, we all in one group. So one group. So she passed this message to me. So then, afternoon, I took the books and then went to see the University Chancellor's office because I wanted to give the books to some of them. Then, you see, somebody said, are you here for the first time? Yeah. They called a Sevadal and I got a guided tour, And I thought everybody gets this. Then later on, I never realized. So they gave me a guided tour, Sai Shant, auditorium, and Sai Gita, everything. I was given a VIP treatment. Went to Swami's room, the Chancellor's room, I had a camera with me. And somebody said, why didn't you take a photo? I thought everybody gets this, so next time I can come and get this. After that particular visit, I never got into that place at all. See that grace, so he went all this and came back. Then I told the Chan, thank you so much for this visit. I hope this trip will be memorable. I told that person. I said, yeah. Now I was coming down. Behind, Swami used to stay at those days, later only he went to the Purnachandra Hall. Until then he was staying in that room inside at the interview room behind. So upstairs, sorry, he was staying there. So that time, out behind there, I met one Australian person. Said, Sai, you're from where? Malaysia. Hey, all Malaysians get interviewed, this Australian said to me. So I said, maybe they do a lot of seva. I said like that. So this dialogue, you must remember all these dialogues because this is, so I said, maybe all Malaysians get interviewed because they do a lot of seva. Then I went out, that is a Sunday. So Sunday morning, this guy, I saw one guy with a t-shirt, red t-shirt, drink anchor beer. One Chinese guy, drink anchor beer. This is in Buddha Pradesh, you won't find this. I still remember, it's very weird. So I asked him, you're a tourist? Yeah. I want to know what the hell is going on. Exact words. So you use the word like hell and all that, you can hear. I want to know what the hell is going on. So I said, okay, that's great. Hey, by the way, if Swami comes, you ask for interview. I said, he asked me, what is interview? It seems he will give chain and ring. I passed this message to it seems he will give chain and ring. And then he said, how? Then I told him, he will also ask how many. So you say 5. I passed the buck to him. He said, okay, if that happens, I'm okay. Now this happened on a Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, the whole hall is packed, students, that time the sand was it's not cement, it's sand. And every time the first 2-3 rows I used to sit, but that day I was sitting right at the back, my back was leaning against the wall. So the whole ocean of humanity is separating us. And now Swami is coming. And I see this Chinese guy sitting in the first row, that side. It's amazing, huh? So the Chinese guy is sitting here, I'm sitting right at the back. Can you imagine? Now, the Swami is coming. He passes me. I'm sitting in the back and he goes to the Chinese guy. So you see, there's silence, so you can hear the conversation from him. How many? So he said, 5. Come. He said, so the Chinese guy got up and he looked at me, he saw me, he waved at me. He waved. So I got up. Sairam, excuse me, Malaysia, they're calling. So the ocean of humanity parted like Moses, the Moses parting like that. Ooh, but I got through. Sairam, Malaysia calling. So when I was talking like that, Swami was standing there, he was signing the book. He was signing one book. From his corner of the eye, he saw me getting up. That one I can watching. Definitely Swami. So I got up, walked behind Swami like that, and now that's the interview room. So I'm stepping onto the first step and I'm going into the interview room. See? So I'm putting my leg in the dais like that and I'm going. I don't know what happened. I felt that I should see Swami from an elevated thing. I don't know why the thought came. I should have just walked inside like that, But the thought came like that. And till today I'm not sure why that happened, but I turned. From that angle I turned. Swami was here. He's signing a book. See how dramatic. He's signing. Hey you, where are you going? Swami asked like that. Not in this tone, in a louder tone. Hey you, where are you going? I said, Swami, interview. He said, not you. I said, Malaysian. Not all Malaysians get interviewed. Swami said that. Sit down. So I took 2 more steps forward. Swami, you know that 5, the time, sit down. He said like that. He told me 1 more step. So I thought he was, because so many people, there might be some confusion in their head and all that. So I took 1 more step closer to Swami. I said, Swami, that sit down! I told you, sit down! I said like, none of you would have seen and experienced Durga. I saw Swami anger, full of the great eye, sit down, like, so fierce. Immediately he said that another 5 Sevadals escorted me. Like, everybody came escorting me to my seat. So from that point, they escorted me. So I looked at it. I sat down in the same place where the Chinese man was sitting down, in the front row. I sat down. Oh, it was terrible. I felt like Sita, the earth should separate and I should swallow inside, The most embarrassing, painful and humiliating experience you can ever find in the world. In the first instance, I was a bit confused. You saw me getting up there. If I'm not meant to be, why should you bring me up here? You should have, sit down or something like that. You brought me here. Second, I didn't want this interview. I didn't know anything about this. This was mooted by the 3 ladies, and when Swami shouted at me, those 3 ladies who were getting up quietly sat down. Funny, and now I understand why Narada doesn't come down in this world. Because when Narada comes down in this world, they'll be unemployed. Everybody is doing Narada's job. The 3 of them quietly sat down. And then, so now I'm in the middle. He shouted at me. He went inside, and the red T-shirt guy has already gone inside. So inside something is happening there. So I'm sitting here, and I cannot put my eyes up because when I put my eyes up, everybody's eyes is on me. It's like spotlight is on you, and then the worst is behind you. It's okay, Sairam brothers. Swami said, yo. The more they do like this, I feel like the oil going to the fire. Swaha! Swaha! The fire was becoming more and more humiliating, extremely painful. I cannot get up from this place. It's embarrassing. And I was actually sobbing also. Frankly, I didn't know why I should be treated like this. Because I know, see, I'm just casual. I'm not, this is the system. I'm not even so to speak, a devotee also. I just came as casual. I never wanted this. I was sitting at the back. I didn't want all these things. So why did you bring me to the front, give me 1 tight slap, and sit me like this? So one of the biggest painful processes, So I was sitting there. Then Swami came out. The guy in the red T-shirt, he also came out. I saw his face. Now his face is as red as the T-shirt. So I think like, the Shivaji movie, I think inside the room, he must have really got it there. But he came on. Funny, next day I saw him in the, I asked him, Sairam brother, what happened? Sairam brother, he said, 24 hours earlier, he said to me, I want to know what the hell is going on here, That person, 24 hours later, he said, Sairam brother, Sairam. How brother? Swami was so nice. It was such a transformed individual. See how Swami is love. He came, from there he came out, he looked, and he saw me sitting. He came straight to me. And then he said, when are you leaving? He asked me, like in a comforting tone. I said, I'm going on Wednesday, Swami. Why you worry? You still have time, Baba said. You still have time. So I thought the next interview will be by Wednesday. He said, because you have time. Then I held his hand and I was totally destroyed. Then he checked and then he went out. After he went out, then we went in, I went for food. When I went for food, in the line, everybody. That day I didn't eat anything. There was Ekadashi that night. Straight away I went home, went to my room and slept there, closed the door and said, food, come on. You were in the spotlight, you can imagine. So it was he ripped me apart, totally ripped me apart. So every time that was Sunday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So another 3 more days, whenever Swami interview, Swami it just passed by as unnoticed. My interview came back after 12 years. So when he said, you still have time. I thought Wednesday is 12 years. So this was the experience, painful experience, very, very painful experience. Painful entry into the side. But it was after that particular experience that I realized that so many things that you are inhibiting, so many things that you don't want to come, lot of unnecessary fears. See, once you go there and they pull you apart, you don't care about anything anymore. You don't care. See, everyone is scared of what people will say. If you say something, what will you do? We have fear. So you are always living in fear, always living in anxiety. All that. Once after that, operation theatre, the surgeon. So actually, you live in the, whatever you want, you do. So that attitude comes into your system. You have a fearless sense of doing something for him because that is what he wants. Then you just do. So that for me, that was a very painful experience. But I took 1, 2, maybe 3 years, I think, to tell even my own parents and my family because we all not use. I was the first one to come into the sandbox. How do you go and tell Swami, then he said, why would you join this organization? Why would you join? What would you do? I have to explain all this. So I didn't explain until many years later when I finally had the courage and the confidence to talk about it. But my point here is that every person has got his own experience. And it can be painful, it can be sweet, but each one has a process to jump in the leap. So the point of the story is that how much are we allowing ourselves to be in this washing machine is what that counts. If you throw yourself in the washing machine, the shirt becomes clean. But if you just partially throw a little bit, take out like that, then it won't happen also. So it all depends upon what is the force. So we have to jump, leap faith like that. So I don't know why I narrated this experience, but I think it's about this jumping the faith. Next one. So how I behave, how I act, how I think. So these 3 things we have to now start thinking. What's my thinking? Why am I thinking like that? So most important spiritual question you must ask is why you are thinking like this. Suppose you go to any function. Why am I thinking like that? Why is he thinking like this? This is my question. How is it that you got motivated to do this? How is it? See, like for example, you see one good example is Sister Prasanna. She's very possessed by this tree planting. Whenever you see a tree, I think she gets excited. She gets, and then she's now coordinating in the country world. She's going to coordinate, helping not just in Chicago, but she's helping in Zone 1, Argentinian countries, many countries. She's educating the people to get a more understanding of tree planting and get that. But it's a possession. That is to say, you want more and more people to participate in that. So that's the possession. So once you're possessed by the ideal or the activity or the desire, then this becomes your thing already inside your system. You don't have to worry. Then Swami will take it over. You don't have to worry. So all your system is now directed towards the mission of the desire. So why are you planting the tree? Why are you planting the tree? Because for future. Is it your my grandchildren must benefit? What's the point of having a world when the climate change has taken place and the whole children are suffering? So she's concerned about the future. Meaning, if those who are interested to preserve the world, you're already in the system of the desire. What is that? Foresightedness must be there. That is the reason why Bhagavad Gita was given to Arjuna. That you must have, what is going to happen to the world? What is future? What is going to happen? That feeling must be there for each one. Once you're concerned about it, you're in Satyasai's mission. Not just concerned about your own welfare, Loka Kalyan, that is what it says. So this point is how I think is important. Next. So click. Yeah. So these 3 things. Next. Yeah. Yeah. So the 100th birthday is coming up. Swami's 100th birthday is coming. So what we can do 100th birthday? You bring the cake. Some children will dance. Say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Then you go to Swami. Happy birthday. Swami says, hey, I'm already happy. I'm already happy. Don't make me happy. Make me proud. Make me proud. So what can you do? Now you look, Swami, yes, I want to make you proud. Then what is it? Swami said in the letter to his brother, you'll find that Swami said, I have a task to foster all mankind and ensure for them all of them lives full of Ananda. Baba, you have a task. You have come in this world to give Ananda to everybody. Okay, Baba, from this moment onwards, I will be full of Ananda also. From this is what you should, if you, this talk is supposed to be meaningful to you, after this talk, when you leave this room, you should not have a single worry. Not come here, you listen to the talk and then, Suresh, this is all good philosophy, but you know, when I have to go back to my husband only. Where is it? So if you have that anxiety, my husband is there, what can I do? My mother-in-law also lives with me, so what can I do? But you say, inside here you say, Samasta Loka Sukino Bhavantu, except my mother-in-law. See, when you say like that, so when you pray like this, you find that there will be no obstruction. So, but the point of the story is, if you have come to give Ananda to everybody, then my life also must be Ananda. You see, because I'm part of his task force. Not only my life must be Ananda, I must be able to give Ananda to everybody. So when you go into school, and you must be happy. Go into office, everybody, good morning sir, good morning, morning everybody, morning, hey, morning, see, hey, what happened to you? Ananda, I'm happy. See, not side devotee should not have a long face, very worryful, very sorrowful. What happened? I'm a man of responsibility. Responsibility is the ability to respond with ability. That's why it's called responsibility. But the point of the story is, worry in your face. Suresh, you don't understand. I am fortunate. So when you narrate your own problems, we were fortunate. So you continue to have this kind of problem, you keep on thinking about that, then you will have no, that idea is not there. Swami will take care. The fearlessness must come inside it. The confidence, he will take care. He will understand. He will know. It's okay, he will understand. That feeling must be there strong enough. If that feeling is not there, you will carry anxiety, you will have worry. So from this moment, Baba said, my task is this. Then as a reverential attitude to the teacher, hey, at least from this moment onward, I'm telling you, I will have no worry. Finished. At this moment, I put the worry on Swami's feet and go off feeling happy and joyful. Why? Swami will take it. Don't, after putting the worry here, as you go back, supposing Swami, millions of people, there's so many worries, never mind, I'll take my worry back and go back. Then you take your worry and go back. Then you go back and come back next week and put the worry there. That is not the bhajan. Each time you come here and you leave, your faith should be lighter, happier, joyful, like that. That should be the attitude. So don't have anxiety, don't have this unnecessary, because millions of people, do you know, 2022, WHO announced there are 8 billion people in this world. Out of 8 billion people, 1 billion have mental disorder. Do you know that? Mental problems. 1 billion out of 8 billion. That is scientifically reported. That means 1 in every 8 persons have a mental issue. That is scientifically reported. That means if you don't report, it's normally double. So 1 in 4. 1, 2, 3. Every fourth person you have an issue, mental issue. So there's a problem. So it's like one mental asylum, one individual escaped from the hospital and went outside and telephoned the hospital. He's a mental patient. Telephone, said, hello, you go to bed 26. Yeah, I'd like to speak to the patient in bed 26. So when the doctor came back, so bed 26, there's nobody there. Nobody is there in 26? That means I really escaped. So the fact is, anxiety, you don't know. So I have a task, your life from this moment onwards, you should be continuously happy. Make that pledge, at least for Swami's birthday, 100th birthday, this moment onwards, I want to always feel happy. And make everybody else happy. That's it. See, once you have that particular attitude, you will have no issue. And don't allow anybody else to make you unhappy. You go back home and your husband is nagging, and you will always get irritated like that. Now you go back and he's nagging, you go to the fridge, take the water, take one glass of water, you must be thirsty. Finish, diffuse. One of you get up and tell me, Professor, I think you are really stupid. And then I go to Brother Ramesh. See, brother, I came here to speak here. One of your devotees told me that I'm stupid. I will never step into Chicago. You wait and see. I will never step inside. And if I make a big scene out of it, that means I am really stupid. Really. But if I go to the devotee and go, hey, I just want to ask you something. That secret that I'm stupid is only known to me. How did you also know? once I tell like this, I've diffused the problem. I don't make a big issue of it. Finish, done. I'm stupid, not only stupid, I'm a real stupid fellow. But at least you said I'm stupid. See, once I diffuse that, I have no issue. But you mean, I said, center. So, brother, lucky you didn't come that day. What happened? Oh, they were telling you didn't do a good job. Really? How many people, your answer, how many people listened to it? All the other committee members were there. They all talked about it. Really? We And everybody said, everybody was there. In fact, I felt so, this one, if I was there myself, if you were there, I can imagine how you have felt. Even I felt like that. Swaha! so therefore, from this moment, foster all mankind and experience that. So make a resolution. Swami, this is what you have come from. This is his own words. In his letter he has written. That's what I'm saying. His words must become like mantra. Every line must become a reality. If you just read the thing, Swami Ananda, like when you listen to Swami's lecture, when you go to whatever, they ask you what Swami said. Swami said, Swami's speech. You know what? Oh my God. Hey, okay. What did Swami speak? Brother, you don't understand, brother. No, I don't understand. I know you understood. Tell me what he said. No, brother, when you are listening to that speech, my God, the dynamism. Hey, what did he speak? Tell me what he spoke. What is his words? What are his words? Brother, what are you talking, brother? You should be there. Then only you will understand. No, you were there, right? Okay, what did you understand? Your brother, it is not explainable. It is inexpressible. That means you don't understand. That's all simple as that. That's simple. Prema, dharma, karma, seva. That's not the usual thing that usual talk. Then what is so dynamic about your brother? That's why I don't explain to you. Because you will not understand. Okay, fine, all right. So when you read one line, the two words must sting. Sometimes early morning when you read, especially the sign of monsoon showers in Prashant. Have you read that monsoon showers in Prashant? When you read that book, and Swami's thing, it's like one deep slaps that Swami gives. Very powerful words. But you have to read that words, Swami, like this to you. Why did you say like that? And that discourse you said something like this. So it's deep meaning. That means it's like, as if you feel that he's writing a message for you. That is the implication, that is the intensity of the reading of that message. Why? Because it is for our redemption of the soul. See, I can't take all these books with somebody said, brother, I'm interested in spirituality, but I want to know about truth. Yeah. And then I want to know about truth. Okay. So you read about truth, you want to know about truth, you want to become aware of the truth, you want to visualize truth. But when will you become truth? That is the thing. When will you become truth? That's why in your mantra at the end of bhajan, asatoma sargamaya tamasoma. See, you're chanting that, isn't it? So everybody chants it. Yeah, what's the meaning of the chant? What do you mean? Chanting? Yeah. What do you mean by that? Brother, every mantra after that we chant. I know. What is the meaning? From darkness, from untruth, it means truth. Yeah. So what does it mean? Truth. Okay, what does it mean? That's why, brother, you have to go deep. It's very deep. Okay, you are deep, right? Explain. What? You'll find very little few people can do that. Because people just chant it, parrot like a parrot, they keep chanting. But untruth, lead me to truth. That means today's untruth will be tomorrow's truth. But tomorrow's truth will be day after tomorrow's untruth. Why? Because consciousness is changing day by day. That's why he's telling you every day you chant, because yesterday's reality will not become today's reality. So we change every day, we are changing. And ultimately we must, untruth lead to truth, the truth must reach to ultimate truth. Then finally, to ultimate truth, you merge together, subject and object becomes one. I am he, I am he, I become. That's why one of the Vedic declarations is, Prajnanam Dhamma, I am Atma, I become he. So the whole process is to loosen. Finally, I should not, my own identity should go. I should not remain in this life from, which center you came from? Chicago Center. Oh, very good. You should be born in Chicago Center, but don't die in one. See, you should grow, the consciousness must expand, and you feel totality like that. You be born as a Hindu, but don't die as one. You must die go in the river, but let the river merge in the ocean. You must feel the oneness in everything that we do. That oneness is what Ananda Swami is talking about. Second one, Swami said, this is what I have a task to foster all mankind. Then Baba said, click on the birthday, I have a vow to lead all who stray away from the straight path. I have a vow. Anyone who's straying away from the path, I pull them back. So this is what that means. Anyone who's straying away, that means now missionary work. Anyone. So now we do in Malaysia, we do this program, drug rehabilitation thing, alcohol awareness, teenage pregnancy program, anything that is going away, do program, pull people back. And when you do that, you're part of Swami's mission. Those who are straying away from the path, bring them back. So like this now, the center becomes group of people giving awareness to others, making other people realize the truth. Then in this process, they become like that. We have taken we have done many programs dealing with real hardcore gangsters, real hardcore people, and changing their lives to become meaningful to us. So this is bonds. This is a wow factor. Swami, I want to be part of the wow factor. So now, this moment, how can I be a part? How can I play a greater part in this? Like what sister is doing for the SSC program. Yesterday you saw all the children there. So they are being part, helping them, molding them, changing them. It's a very great mission in life to make people become more aware of higher reality. So in the office also they will be like that. There will be lots of people. So gathering them, organizing study circle maybe in the office. Not talking about Swami if you don't want, but talk about health, talk about good programs, like that. So whatever that you do to help another human being to become a better individual, that's it. Third one, Swami said, I am attached to work. This is one word that I am attached to work that I love, to remove the sufferings of the poor. So any work that we are doing to remove the suffering of the poor, you are part of God's work. Hey, you know, the monkeys came to Sri Rama and said, oh, Sri Rama, oh, Rama, Rama, you are great, Rama, you are compassionate, all the monkeys. So Rama stood like this. Must have stood like that, provided some bananas, maybe which of the monkeys, maybe probably would have done that monkeys. But one didn't do that. One said, hey, Swami, what do you want? What is it you want? This is how a devotee should be asking. What is it you want? That's what we should be asking. What do you want? What do you want, Swami? Tell me what you want. Nothing, I'm just, what? I want to know Sita, whether she's alive. Okay, and then this ring you give it to Hanuman, give it to Sita and come. Okay, and then, no, just give, that's all. See, the instruction was, go and give and come back. And say, I'll come. So he went, he jumped, and when he jumped, he had a lot of hurdles also. But you see a lot of, Hanuman thing went, missionary for the master. He went, jumped there, found out Sita there, went there. This time when he went to Sri Lanka also, he went to those places where she would have been there, you know, under the tree. So we went to that place, she saw Sita, went and gave the ring to Sita and said, Master is coming, don't worry, and all that. And she was comforting him and telling that Rama will come. Then he didn't say, look, this is what is called foresightedness. So Hanuman went, he looked, how many soldiers this side, how many soldiers there, how many soldiers here, how many gates are there. Everything he counted. Rama never told him that. He went there and found out all the number of gates, soldiers, everything else, because why? He will come. If he comes, he wants to attack, he will ask me. So why should I go back? Swami, I gave the ring. And then how many? You never told me. You should have told me, isn't it? Find out. He never said that. He already in anticipation of what he should do, he did. This is called devotion. This is called devotion. Devotion means you must anticipate what the master is doing and do it before the master tells you. So he went and got the whole instruction, burned a few places, all over the place like that, and he jumped back and told Sri Rama, that is there. And so we can attack. We can attack. And exactly they attacked and finished off the place and rescued Sita and came back. Missionary work. So attached to work, that means all the poor people, all the suffering people, now we must have the attitude to serve and attitude to give time and energy to. When we do things like this or this nature, we are part of God's mission. Once you're part of God's mission, it is up to God to look after. You don't need to worry. Everything will be taken care of because you're part and parcel of Swami's mission. This is why Swami said, and many of the young people are, if you do your work onto me, your entire yoga shema for this life and the next, I will take care of myself. So I calculated all this. My boss only takes care until I retire. That's my boss. And after you retire, you step down from your work. So what my big boss is telling me, not only this life I will take care, but next life you come also I will take care. So I thought big boss is better than my boss. So when you serve your job, when you do your work, if you serve him, your this life and the next I will take care. Wow, this is fantastic, man. Why is something the third life you never say, the next life, and why didn't you say another 3 life? Then it's useless, because by this life I expect you to complete your life. Accidentally you come back next life also I'll take care. So double insurance you got to bring. By next life you should get the moksha. See, that attitude we should have. So this is what this work is. Yoga Shema means by this life and the next I should take care. So that means to say, one thing is, don't worry from this moment on. Dedicate your life and commit to this. This is 3 points that Swami mentioned. Next one. So grace is proportional to effort. Baba said grace is proportional. Now, how to get grace next, you see? Swami's grace. The grace is right at the top. There are 5 steps you need to reach this step. Okay, I want to get God's grace. Okay, how to get God's grace? This is formula now. This is what. So if I have somebody said grace is like morphine, you use this word, and grace is like morphine. If you go for operation theatre, morphine is given, you won't feel the pain. So in your life, if you want to feel no pain, you must have grace. So one thing you must have. So each word there, each letter represents a new word. So click, you find the first word is, so you go higher and higher, you have to go for consciousness. Click, you find. Next. Yeah, so the first thing that you have, if you want to move up in the grace ladder, first thing is gratitude. So early morning when you get up, gratitude. Gratitude for what? Gratitude. Thank you, Swami, I'm breathing properly. You breathing properly is you should be grateful. You go to ICU, come to ICU, people are breathing like this. With great difficulty they are breathing. So the fact that we are breathing nicely, we should be grateful. You should be grateful for the air. You should be grateful for what you call. You should be grateful for all the wonderful things that you've never been in a place where there was earthquake. You go and stand on earthquake, the whole ground will shake, the people will fall. And to be in a safe place and to be in a land of plenty, you should be grateful. So every day, thank you, Swami, thank you so much for giving this beautiful place. So the gratitude must be there. Gratitude to parents, gratitude to teachers, gratitude to environment. Every day you must feel this sense of gratitude to everything. So the first step towards getting grace is to receive and accept whatever that you have. So gratitude that your children are at home, gratitude that you have. And the food is there, okay. That's why when these people went to grandmother's house, grandmother prepared some food. So father said, come children, come let us pray. So children said, Appa, no need to pray, Appa. This one, Amma didn't make the food. Party made the food. But she only prayed food, only Amma makes. So prayer, food prayer, everything that you're doing is gratitude. So that feeling of gratitude connects you to the Atma. So graciousness must be there. So gratitude. Second one is that G. So G is for grace. R is click. You find that refuge. So taking refuge. Refuge is grace is like an umbrella. Whatever problems you have, you take refuge under the side. So refuge means that a protection, feeling of protection. So how you that protection? How you feel? Confidence. You must have the feeling of the confidence. That refuge must be there. So this is how all that. One way of getting grace is that in every feeling you should not have anxiety. You should not feel nervous. You should not feel fearful. That means you have refuge. Confidence. Like that. So what's the time? Do I have time? So in Mahabharata, the story in which this Draupadi had this Yaksha Patra, which is a food. From that Patram you can get a lot of food. You can make all the food you want from that particular food. And she used to give from how much she served, how many people only, until the very last, then she washes and she puts it upside down, then you can't, for that day the food is, that item is, but she can feed as many people, that's like a magic vessel like that, so to speak. So, this fellow Duryodhana saw Durvasa and the whole thousands and thousands of rishis and sages were working. He said, why don't you go to Draupadi's side, you can have the food there. And he gave a specific time. And Duryodhana knows that is the time when the food is finished. So you see, this fellow is really insulting. So he told, go at that time. So Durvasa didn't know. So he came to Draupadi and told Draupadi that we all are here, thousands of people are here. I hope you will be able to serve food. But she has already washed that particular pot and turned it upside down. There's no more food. And he said, okay, master, you go and have your bath. So he went to the river, thousands of people, she's also went to the river, they were bathing. She was worried. When they come back, ask for food, there's no food. And Durvasa is one guy who gets very angry, means he'll curse. So she's getting, already is accursed. She said, already my family is cursed. We are 14 years in the jungle, thrown away from Hastinapur. So why should we get further cursed? They're coming now, about to finish the bath. And she's terrified. She knows, Krishna, Krishna came. The flute. Yes, sister, come, give me some food. Krishna, stop it. Stop this now. You know very well I don't have food. And you're asking me food. No food. You don't have any more food for me. He said, no, I don't have food. Then why did you? Hey, I don't have food. We are there. All these people are there. So there must be something there. Look at it. I don't have the food. I'm already upside down. I put the whole pot upside down. I don't have it. She said, look properly and see. So when they looked under there, they saw one small grain of rice. So he said, take that rice. One grain, what? Give it to me. So he took that one grain and he put it into his mouth. When he put it into his mouth, all the thousands and thousands of people already felt very full. Everybody got stomach was full. So when he finished that, they all came back and told Draupadi, I don't know why, but all of us are very full. We are not eating any food here. And all of them passed by. So the point of the story, this of course is a story. And Krishna said that, but it's a very powerful story. Fulfill the obligation of God. All your other material obligations will also be fulfilled. Fulfill his satisfaction, fulfill his desire. Everything else will be fulfilled. It's a story. So that bhakti must be there like that. So this is what is meant by refuge. Taking refuge in the Lord in which. So don't overly get excited by the problem. Focus on Him. You'll find that problem will have a natural way of getting it settled. So this is what GR. The R means refuge. Yeah. Then you have A. A means accept. Whatever problems you have in life or whatever thing, first accept. Acceptance is a very crucial point. So accept whatever it is. Swami, this is this one, I will do. This is my prarabdha karma. I will do what I can do to the best of my ability. So prarabdha karma means whatever that is meant to me, I will do. So if this is supposed to be like that, so I don't complain. Swami said, if you are bitten by a scorpion, be happy that you're not bitten by a snake. But if you're bitten by a snake, be happy that it is not a poisonous snake. So everything, look for something more negative to comfort you. So when you do like this now, you have actually come to terms acceptance. So this acceptance is a very powerful state to achieve, to have. So this is GRA, A is acceptance. C, when you have the GRA, when you have C is compassion. So when you have, acceptance. Once you start once you start acceptance, then you don't blame people for the click. You find that you don't blame, you don't complain. So click, you find that you won't be in a defensive mode, then you won't be having this false ego, then you won't simply unnecessarily fight. You see, all these characteristics comes out when you're not accept. Once you accept, all these things disappear also. So now from today onwards, number one, don't complain. Don't complain. Oh, this house is not that. So from this moment, stop complaining. The moment you stop complaining, that is the first step towards acceptance. So resolution that you must make today for Sai 100 is that as an individual, I stop complaining. Number two, I stop blaming. See, these are things. Once you have this attitude, you'll stop blaming, stop accepting, stop fighting, stop ego. So all the time is about coming together with unity. So who can come to acceptance? Acceptance means accept whatever that we are, flaws or strength or whatever. So once you start accepting like this, then you will not be having fight. Then you go to silence. The voice of God can be heard only in the depth of silence. Silence is the speech of the spiritual seeker. You can experience divine bliss only in absolute silence. Yeah. Next one. So then you have what is called compassion. C is compassion. Compassion means the Swami said, how do you know spirituality? Spirituality, the softness of the ground is the proof of rain. Softness of the heart is the proof of spirituality. So everything is about compassion. That means you feel for people, empathetic too. You know what's the difference between empathy and sympathy? Yeah, correct, spelling. But other than that? Other than spelling? Feel. Sympathy? No. So, sympathy is, you have not eaten food? How many days? 3 days. 3 days you didn't eat food.
That's sympathy.
Stop, that's it. It stops at this lizard syndrome. You just stop it. So nothing else happens after that. That's a pity. 3 days they didn't have food. 3 days. Sympathetic. So you are sympathetic. So empathetic is you automatically go into the shoes of those person who's hungry, take his or her hand, push her into the restaurant and make sure you buy the food because you can feel a hunger. Once you feel a hunger, that means you're empathetic. So compassion is you feel the plight of the people who are suffering. You feel for them. This is called empathy. So that empathy can come only from compassionate heart. So more and more spiritual we have, the more and more meditation we do, the heart must feel for the sympathy, feel the pain of others. That is called compassion. So once we have compassion also in the heart, finally the last one is enthusiasm. That means a spiritual person must always be a very happy person. Very enthusiastic, very infectious. Very happy. Doesn't mean you go to a funeral and start laughing. That's not what is meant. But actually what it means is that you're always a happy person. You're a joyful person. You look for opportunities to be happy, not sorrow. So enthusiasm is the expression of spiritual people. So this, if you have this, all these 5, which is an acronym for grace, that's it. So I just keep this nature totally with us. Grace is always with us. acceptance, compassion, enthusiasm, like that. So it's a simple formula, you know. Excellent. So the first task of a sadhaka is the cultivation of enthusiasm. Through enthusiasm, we can derive any variety of ananda. Prema Mahini Baba said, as long as you are enthusiastic, you can take ananda. As long as you are enthusiastic. So from how many of you get up in the morning and say, oh, thank you so much, Swami, for another wonderful day? How many like that? Oh, you have one more day, you have to get up, you know. Or is it like that? So every day, if you get up with a very sorrowful feeling, then you won't. But every day you feel enthusiastic to get up, then it is that enthusiasm, sadhaka. Like this is all Swami is saying from Prema Mahini. Next one. Whenever a person is worried, depressed, doubting, he can never attain bliss. Swami said that. Whenever worry, anxiety, bliss cannot help you. So bliss is the first thing that we should get. So take away these things, because bliss will come. But if you are doubting, is it true, is it confirmed, then this bliss won't be there. So don't entertain these things. That's what Baba is saying here. Next. And then it is best the sadhaka under all circumstances be smiling, joyful, and be enthusiastic. So this is the shortest and the simplest way to get God's grace. To just achieve this. So when you're going for seva also, you keep on having the same attitude, then you find you become infectious to it. This is the attitude. That's why when a patient went to a doctor and said, doctor, I have a problem. What's your problem? But when I appreciate pain, appreciate pain. Appreciate pain, appreciate pain. The doctor said, show me the x-ray, read me the x-ray, x-ray. So repeat the problem. Doctor, when I appreciate pain, appreciate pain. So you shoot the x-ray, doctor said, wherever you press it will pain, because the bone in the finger is broken. So whenever you press it, so the bone is being broken, wherever you press it will pain. In the same way, the teacher is telling when the mind is fractured, everything that you touch will be painful. So what we do, we repair the world, but you are not repairing the fracture in the mind. So spirituality is about repairing this. Once we repair this, the mind is straight, you have no issue. Then you will have no problems. I mean, even if you have problems, you know, manage them. So this is what the formula for grace is all about. So from this moment, if you follow this particular life, you'll find enjoyable, you find bliss, you find happiness. Do you have any questions to ask? Any questions you like?
Expand more on the acceptance part.
Yeah. Acceptance means, okay, is there anything that you cannot accept now? Okay, good example will be, I cannot accept my boss. He's always nagging, he's always shouting, it's like, I cannot accept certain things. It's not possible. So when you want to change the way in which you don't change the boss, because you need to change the company and you change all. So it doesn't happen. Sometimes in married life also, like this is what happened on Sunday. One couple came to me, they already going to separate. Separation took place. She wanted to separate. So I said, yes. So what's going to happen? Separate, and then what will you do? I don't know. But at this moment I cannot. So I sat with her for a long time and changed the way she looked at certain things in her life. So she began accepting certain things that is supposed to be there. So once you start accepting the fact that whatever that you're embracing in your life is your own doing, you have created this examination in the previous life. Therefore, the individual comes to you in life. Now, if you jump this and go, you will have to come back again and face the same examination what for. So when I told this clearly, she said, my God, so life changed, everything changed. So as a result, they're still happily married and they're going through simply because of changing in this perspective and accepting certain things. So in life, that is what it is. It's about not changing the examination hall or changing the paper, but finding the right answers to your questions. And the answers in the questions is in Swami's literature. Acceptance. You will have to experience many issues and problems in people. The world is not always conducive for you to accept everything. It will be a non-conducive. That's why I told you about the caterpillar when it's born, the struggle will be there. But we are not piercing the thing for it to not come out. But the struggle finally come out, it knows how to fly. So the people around us sometimes gives us suffocating circumstances and choking circumstances for us to also learn a few things, for us to learn patience, for us to learn understanding. And then through our meditation, that's why, how many of you do meditation every day? Every day. Oh. Others, you outsource it to people. But you go and meditate and come back. And so if you're not outsourcing to other people, the whole idea is you have to do it by yourself. So if you're doing it by yourself every day, then you will find there's a intensity will go. Then you put in your mind's eye the people who you send loving vibrations to people. When you send loving vibrations to people, the people change. That's how you do. The whole idea is to transform people through our own love. That's what Swami is doing. When even the most notorious person in the presence of Swami, they change, they transform. Because Swami's vibration is like that. We had one occasion when the principal of school came to us, not school, college, the boys were all naughty, 70 or very naughty boys. They bring whiskey bottle and drinks into school, disturbing girls, police come. So he told me that he's going to close down the college. I said, hey, he cannot do anything. So I told him, why don't you bring them to a camp? Suresh, you bring them to a camp, they will not do anything. Never mind, you bring them to a camp, I said. So 45, 50, 70 people jumped to the buses and we came to a camp. So they came to, that was 5 weeks from now. So 5 weeks we managed to bring our young adults there. I said, isn't the Kurukshetra battlefield is going to take place? Now you guys have to do your meditation, your vegetarianism, all follow Swami's ideals. They're going to the battleground. So they asked me, how you know they will change? I said, if they're not destined to change, this principal would not have come and asked me. The fact that they've asked me this question implies that time has come for them to change. So we just did, and we did this program which we did, is called Shakti program. Shakti means strengthening heart, attitude, talent, knowledge and image. This is the abbreviation. Shakti means strengthening heart, talent, knowledge and image. So we created this module, the image also. So we created that, we went inside. I'm telling you, when boys all came, they cannot sit down for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, smoking, it was terrible. But anyway, the headmaster said, I will come on Sunday. These boys came on Saturday morning. The session started. Each facilitator took a group of people like this. Real hardcore guys, they won't sit down quietly. So we played games, we had some modules and all that. Sunday morning, the principal came. And when all the boys are seated, all sitting down quietly in workshops. Came, Suresh, what happened to these boys? Did you put something in their drinks? I know. What did you put in the drinks? See, we didn't do anything. These boys sat with them and transformed and changed. Then these people, one of the boys came to me, they had this earring here, like, so I said, why is it that you take all the trouble to demonstrate or show your face like a monkey? Well, they had. So he got very angry, he took his thing and threw it outside like that. So all this transformation took place. Then finally in the evening, these boys changed. They all returned back home. Some of the boys were sharpening knives, they went back to the head parents and fell on the feet of the parents. Wow. This Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they came to the headmaster, principal. What happened to my son? How he got changed? What transformed? They cannot understand what has happened to the children. They transformed because Swami said, through my life, my message will come through your life. So through that life, they changed and transformed in the college, the program Shakti. How the transformation took place? Like this, that you became just a channel. There's one school, they invited us 50 kilometers from where we stay, 2,000 schools there, but about 80 of them, students, so we cannot handle this. All Indians got very big problematic. So we took 2 cars, 1 car girls, 1 car boys, and all of us went 50 kilometers, 5:30 a.m. We reached the school at 7:30 a.m. and we arrived there. All the boys and girls were assembled. The Muslim headmaster came to me and said, these are the boys. See that those are the gang leaders, the boys. And the fellow had his shirt was tucked out. I saw this happening in my own eyes. The headmaster said, tuck in your shirt. No, I won't tuck in. I'll tell your parents, call them if you want, call them. They said like this, call them. Like that argument was taking place right in front of me, very boisterous. So I told the girls to take the girls and go to one side. The boys went to the boys' side. There were 5 gang leaders. There were 5 or 6 gang leaders. I told them I'll handle the gang leaders. So I personally went there. So the gang leaders went up to the stage. All the others were below the stage. One group boys, one group. So I pulled the curtain like this, and the boys all were sitting there. And I was sitting there. And the boys were there. So I told them, I sat down, 8:30 it started, the session started at 8:30. 8:30 to 10 o'clock was, I told the boys, listen, my ambition, in life was to be a gang leader, but opportunity never came to me. Please teach me how to do it. So I told them how to be. So they taught me how to be a gang leader. So the first one was about walking So 20 minutes was on walking. So he said, if you're a gang leader, you cannot walk. It's funny. You cannot walk straight like this. You cannot walk like that. You walk with a swag. So I practiced that swag with them. So no, like come in. So swag more. So I have to swing more like that. No. So I have to, and not only swing, but my head. Is it okay? Is it like that? Swing small. Okay, more. So I practiced with them 20 minutes to be a swinging gang leader. Okay? And then I took a paper and pen and wrote down the notes. Gang leader, swinging the head. Like 20-25 minutes like that. Then each boy practiced with me, then I practiced like that with them. So what else to do, sir? Then what else to be a gang leader? Then your voice must be loud. Gang leader, because a gang leader must command voice. So if you go to a restaurant or go to a thing, hey! See, loud must be loud. So I started, hey, no sir, cannot hear, no, louder, hey, no, hey, no sir, must be, hey! See, so it must be loud and must be big and must be bold. Then only you command respect. So why must do like that? So I had to understand the psychology of it. So psychology of that is that you create fear. Okay, so to the pen, fear. So I'm writing down. So like this, the session went until 10 o'clock, 8:30 to 10 o'clock. They were teaching me swing. They'll wear, how to wear. One thing must be like this. One thing, it's like that. It's all very unusual. So I took 1.5 hours to become a gang leader. Then at 10 o'clock, headmaster came. He broke for tea. You won't believe this. You go and have tea and come. No sir, no need. What do you mean? You go and have tea. I'll be here. No need tea, sir. First time in their life, somebody is listening to them. You see, in the class, nobody listens to them. So now they got that, everybody was happy. No, I said, you go and have tea and come. No, sir, no need, sir. They were scared that okay. So because first time they must have thought a professor is listening to these people and take it on notes. So finally at 10:15, 10:30, I got the confidence. So I started. See, each time when I was sitting there, I was chanting my mantra also. When I'm there, I'm talking. I'm praying with Swami. My mantra is going on all the time. I was working with them, talking. Then finally at 10:30, I said, hey, your exam, O-levels exam is coming. How will your results be? Show fail, sir. Nothing, show fail. Definite fail. He's telling me proudly, show fail. So if you fail, what are you going to be? Waiter? Okay. So supposing my wife and I come to your shop and eat. Okay, how much will you earn? So they calculated. So I calculated for them salary of one waiter, how much will it be this month? What will you do with this money? So if I buy a handphone, I went through, worked out financial thing for them. You won't have money, man. How are you going to manage your life? Like this. Because even if I tip you also, you won't have enough. What are you going to do? Waiter, no, your ambition is only to be a waiter. How? So, but what else to do, sir? But what happens if there is another option? There's no option. Why you say like that? You should think. So, motivation came 11:30, 11:45, 12 o'clock, headmaster is coming. 11:45, I said, guys, listen, there's a way out. We can make a change. But I want all of you to come to the school and apologize to everybody. Can you do that? The guy took 2 steps back, like this. Apologize to everybody. Why? Because you did wrong. You were hurting people, you were doing all these things. Apologize. So something touched them, I think. So they went to the school, headmaster in the mic, and they said, I'm sorry for whatever, we are sorry for whatever that we have done. From this moment onwards, we will not do what they announced it publicly in front of everybody, clapped, applauded, and all that. So thing was settled. So before I went, I told the other devotees, okay, now look, these guys, now you help them to foster. Next day, my wife and I was going to put up a thing. So in the car, I gave my number, my handphone number to all of them. So they phoned me, sir, where are you going, sir? I said, I'm going to India. No worries, sir. I will change, sir. I will transform. I will transform, sir. I will change. I was crying to me. What happens? Unless you have love in your heart, even the hardest core can change. And naughty boys and gangster people, naughty people and gangster people, it's not that they are bad. They don't know how to be good. Because good people, samasta loka sukino bhavantu shanti shanti. So we are expecting him to do it. Yeah. Friends, this is where call for action. Which means to say, after saying samasta loka sukino bhavantu, Swami, now what should I do? What should I do? How should I be your messenger? That is what call for action means. That is the expression of devotion that we must have. At the battleground, if you are transformed, it's not because of me, it's because of him through me to you. The transformation must take place. Once we do this, you find that you are a messenger. Once we are a messenger, you need not worry. Part and parcel. Hardcore gangsters. This is what transformation means. Once one hardcore real gangster, the guy takes a knife and cuts people. You know those type of gangsters take drugs. That guy came to a camp and he transformed. He came to a Sai convention. I interviewed him just like what yesterday Sanjeev was interviewing me. I interviewed him in the video you can see. He spoke in Tamil, but the English translation is there. So I said, why did you come to the camp? He said, I came to the camp because I wanted to tackle girls. I thought the camp will have girls. I was waiting for girls, no girls came. All of them cheated, he told again. So what transformation took place? He told, I have given drugs, I have done things, I have gone to the jail. Nothing that you guys would have ever seen. Then why did you change? Well, I don't know, you guys came and talked something, you all said something, it made my life different. Today, I'm a big businessman, I have got vans, I'm a leading businessman, my life has changed, and I'm helping so many people. So I thank you all for giving me a good life. So what happens? Bad people are bad, because they don't know how to be good. So good people, if you go to the front, that is why Krishna said in the chapter 3, the fact that I'm standing in the front, because lokas tat anuvartate means the whole world will follow if I did not come to the forefront. I came to the forefront because I want to show to the world that even the Lord is standing in the front and being the whole idea why the world is going down, because good people are not in the forefront. Good people are at the back. You know, I'm not interested in politics. So people are standing at the back. Now if we come to the forefront and do it, we can change the world. We can make a difference in the lives of people. That difference we must make. We must become mad. What is mad? Make a difference. We must make a difference in the world. So difference is what we are come to make, and that you need avatars. Avatars, Swami. So that is what the Swami's life in our life means. Then it is, we don't care who you are devoted to, but we bother what is the consequence of your devotion. Seriously. We don't care what you are devoted to, but we are bothered about the consequence of your devotion. As a result of the devotion, this has happened, this has happened, this has transformed, this has changed. That is what we should aspire. Make sense? Is it making sense? Yeah. Okay, any questions? Anybody else? Was it useful?
Yes.
So, it's useful. Then what is the take home? What will you take from this? You need to make a difference, yeah? In everything that you do, make a new difference, make a new thing. Like for example, yesterday, brother, we had that beautiful session, right? The musical concert we had. The youth did a 2-hour program in a camp. Yeah. So all talented people. So now yesterday we were having a discussion. This talented group of people, I was saying, why don't you, now in Malaysia we're doing that in the year end now, at the end 31st now, is a year end, why don't you have a New Year Eve function? Get all the youth together, the whole of Chicago, book a hall, bring as many non-Sai people into the hall, and then usher in the new year, launch the centenary celebration, highlight the Sai 100 activities, invite the public towards this. The whole thing becomes big, totally huge and large, isn't it? So when you have like that, the whole event becomes new and totally new. So that is what, and give it to the young adults to organize everything. And they will organize something very good and you'll have some programs like that. So this is what I felt that everything should make a difference in the lives of people. Yeah, any question? Anybody has got any point to raise?
When you're in the zone where you have to make a leap, it takes extraordinary courage to just jump forward and say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So how do you recommend that?
Yeah.
Think of Swami, what do you do?
No, very simple. Think of Swami, you should think of. Like in this room there's a fire. That place is locked, the doors are locked. Okay? This door is locked, this door is locked, all the doors are locked. And this room is on fire. So what will you do to get out of this room? You'll try and find new ways to get out, right? So you won't find, no, I came through the front door, so I will only exit to the front door. Means you cannot because the door is locked and the fire is burning. So what will you do? You'll find creative ways, so then you'll find this door, maybe you'll put the chairs inside, you'll smash it up and you climb over. So somehow to get out of this building, you'll find creative ways to go. It's called leap of faith. Why? The instinct to survive. So the instinct to survive and the instinct to make a difference will create that leap. So once you have that, that's why Swami said, more important than Guru is Guri. Guri means goal. So once you have a goal, you will leap in using the Guru's grace. So this is what is the yearning to want to do something strong strong, something good must be strong enough that you will make the leap. But what we do is often look for resources, see everything's okay, see the number of people, see everything, then only you leap. That's not going to happen. You have to have the courage to hold on and leap, thinking that Swami will be. Then you'll find everything falls in its place. Anybody else? Yeah.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. Yesterday I spoke to you briefly, and I'm in the Gita Vahini session. Thank you for everything. I guess what I want to say is that the problem that I posed to you, I guess you gave me my answer today. I guess I'm in a place to make a difference, and that's why I'm in a place at work, and Swami's given me that role because I have to make a difference. So, thank you.
Thank you. Actually, even the Sai Center, Sai devotees, Sai organization, we are supposed to make a difference. That's why we created us. That's why that's why this center is here. How can we make this a difference in this community? How can the group devotees where we are make a difference? If you keep asking this question, this is a powerful question for unlocking many doors. If we come to the center and we just go back, come back, without asking this question, consciousness is not there. He can't answer. So he can only answer if he asks it, Swami, what else can I do? Boom, answer will come. Answer will come. But we must ask that question. He will never make us ask that question. Then asking that question is the inquisitiveness that we possess. Why? Because in the expression of devotion and the expansion of consciousness, we ask. So that asking must be done. Then only like what you... Now you can see that you are there. Every individual in any office environment, whatever it is, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to make a difference. What difference can I make? So I improve myself and improve the world. Isn't it? Yeah.
Sir, how do I identify which action I can take? Like in the call for action, I'm ready to take the action, but how can I identify the action?
So action can be identified based upon what you really want to do. So see, when the child is crying, how the mother, what action should you take? Mother knows because the child and your mother is connected. So she knows that the child is crying not because of hunger, because possibly he needs to change the diapers or whatever it is. So the mother knows, the father won't know this, but the mother will know because the mother and the child is connected. So how connected you are to the work, your system will tell you what it is. If you're still having that, maybe you should check whether you're connected to the work. The critical point is whether you're really connected to the work. That connection to the work gives you attention. Attention blossoms because you have intention. Intention must create attention like that. Then the attention gives you as a result of that awareness. So how connected are you to the problem? How connected? That is what that gives you the wisdom to know what action to take. So I will always question back on the how connected you are to the problem. Is it a technical connection or is it emotionally you're connected? Because emotional connection will give you all the answers. Yes? Mister?
No question. But I just want to
You have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a question.
Namaskar, I'm an invitee and possibly this is a very amateur question,
No.
but for me it's a genuine question. Is there a right way to meditate? How does one really meditate because the mind is so full of different thoughts?
Yeah. So it is for this reason why Bhagavan mentions that in the 9 code of conduct, the integral yoga, they have bhajan, seva, dhyana and all that. When you come to the level of meditation, the mind must have sufficient equanimity in order for that to happen. So the calming of the mind takes place when you participate in the service program, slowly empathize with people, compassionately give people. The mind will automatically, because the I and mind will slowly get diluted. Then when you come here and sing for the Lord, your Lord, sing with your God that you want, and you sing in that name, you find that heart will expand. Then you read a little bit of literature, intelligence will start getting pacified. So all these becomes antidotes for the amplitude of the mind, so the thought levels becomes lesser. So when you go into meditation like this, your experiences will become more valid. So the meditation technique that we use here is Swami's light meditation technique, but there are many techniques in the world. I'm not saying this is the best, but because the devotees of Swami, we follow this particular approach and technique. It is not about which aeroplane that you take, but it's important to land somewhere. So the point is, If you've got other techniques to follow, you should follow. But you have not, then follow Swami's that light meditation technique, which we got CDs and tape, and then follow that. But it is best to do it systematically with synchronized activity, so that the personality becomes adequate in order for the takeoff to take place in the meditation fusion.
So, just a comment actually. I liked your example for the sympathy. Oh, thank you. Just a comment. Your example for sympathetic and empathetic. And I know that I am very much there in ways everything stops at it stops there, and then I move on to something else. I really like that example, and I think moving forward I should look at being empathetic.
Yeah. The sympathy is good to one level only, but the real grace is to follow. Empathy must come inside, and the action arising out of empathy is amazing. Because Baba said, duty without love is deplorable. Love with duty is dharma, but love without duty is divinity. Baba said that. Love without duty, which means to say, when I serve God, when I serve anything, it's not my duty to do it, but I'm still doing it. When you do, that's why position, for example, those who step down from the center position and then you step away from everything else, then you really don't have the opportunity. But if you step away from your position and still as active as you were holding the position, then it becomes love without duty. When love you're doing without duty is divinity. You're in a higher platform. With duty, you have portfolio. Without duty, you have higher. So that earnestness to contribute, that is coming from empathy, because others are doing it, I also must contribute. That feeling must come like that. Anything else? Anybody else?
May I share an experience? My name is Nalini Bidani. I often watch you doing your program with the young adults, and I find it very, very wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
And you're so entertaining also.
Absolutely.
And you look very nice without your mustache, by the way, very handsome.
Thank you so much for the compliment.
And there was one point where I was doing Kriya Yoga very, very seriously. And Kriya Yoga is based on the chakras, and the Kundalini awakens, and you feel some changes within you.
Yeah.
It's very, very wonderful experience.
Sure.
So I was very serious at that time. So Baba called me for an interview at that time, and he said, "What are you doing?" I told him, I'm doing this. And he kind of made fun of me. What is the need? He said, most important thing is transformation of heart.
Yeah.
And I had taken Guru Mantra on his name, so I imagine him in my heart when I do my meditation. And I feel his presence all the time. I don't have to do anything. I may be just thinking, I just repeat his name. And it's a wonderful feeling. I feel he's with me all the time. It's like a constant
So
meditation.
nice.
Side out.
Side up, side up. Very nice. Yes.
One question, sir. Would like your thoughts on when God says, surrender everything to me in thought, word, and deed. It's very easy to surrender in word. I can say, I surrender everything to you, but how do we do it, thought and deed? If
So-
you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, so the outcome of surrender. So I'll tell you how you know the index of surrender. For example, less than pH 7 is acidity, more than pH 7 is alkalinity. How you know that you have surrendered is simple. The moment you come here, you surrender to God, you turn away, you should not have any thought of the problem. Then you surrender, number one. Number two, you should have a greater happiness on your face. Means you have surrendered. Number three, you have the feeling that everything God will take care. That third feeling must be there also. When you have these three, then you know you have surrendered. And surrender means most people what they do is, it becomes a technical surrender. Technical surrender means you come here, you put on the feet, and you think that when you leave the place, you already take the same problem away. That is the problem. See, you come here with my daughter has not got my problem. Okay. Once you finish that, leave the problem. Don't think about it. You leave. More you think about it, you won't get it. You should not think about the problem. If something will happen in the cosmos to make it happen. So that is what the expression of spirituality is all about. So mind must be very clear, heart must be very clear, no worry should be there. Then you know God is taking care of it.
Thank you.
We'll allow for one last question, brother, because I think we are running out of time. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Sai Ram, thank you so much for this opportunity to listen to your wonderful discourse today. Wonderful center. I all the time think about this. I only know the agony of teaching you every step of the dance, the Lord said. So, what is the next step that I must take and the right step So it's always a big challenge. Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah. So why you're asking the question is coming from the level of the mind. When you ask, am I taking the right step? Am I taking the right step? Then if you keep on asking that, it comes from the level of the mind who wants to adjust and do accordingly. No, that is not the way. In the play that I've written so many plays and 12 productions for stage in front of Swami. In many of these things that I do, I always, Swami, is this what you want? Is this how you? So I just allow him to do what he wants to do. When he wants to do what he wants to do, you find everything will come to the best place. So I need not worry, is it perfect? Because you are doing it, it has to be perfect. I'm just a stupid dummy piece. When you become a dummy piece, you can become potential to be a masterpiece. But you must allow him to take over. So when you ask take over, you don't need to ask what's my next step? Will it be okay? Is it right? No need to worry. It is his step, it is your play. If the play fails, you fail. The play must succeed because it is you. That feeling must be there. This is total surrender and completely allowing it to happen. I had that experience in Puttaparthi also. The last play which Swami had, we staged the last play. This is very interesting. Swami's last drama, and after the Chinese New Year, we did the production. Everything was okay. Swami is going to come at 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. The drama normally is finished, and I will normally give the sound people everything, and all will be okay. I will just go to the backstage. But inside my heart, we tell, check the sound system, check the sound, check the sound. So why I should check? So I call the sound people, brother, you check this. Yes, brother, I checked the sound system, everything is good. I checked the sound system. Are you sure you checked? He said, okay, brother, all done, everything good, all good. So, but when I'm doing cleaning up, washing and all that, I'm getting the sound, check the sound. So I was disturbed, so I went back to the sound system. There was an uncle there, sound system PA uncle. Sairam, sir, everything is okay, sir. Your people check this whole system, it's okay. No, sir, please, I want to check. So CD1, the first track was okay because there are 15 tracks. So first track was okay. So I was about to go check this. So can I check? Sir, track is okay, sir. But somehow you want to check? We have done. So he said, so no, I want to check second track. So second track, check. After a few, all okay. Suddenly no sound. Second track, no sound. Third track, no sound. Fourth track, no sound. No sound. Sir, there's no sound here. Then he started, what is this? What do you mean? Then he check. Sir, this is the first time in Puttaparthi this is happening. Okay. So I took out a CD, I put another CD. Check, no sound. Took another, no CD. 5 CD, no sound. Hey, wow, this is, Swami is going to come. Play is going to start. Chinese people, all of the costumes all are ready. Everybody is in cycle and all. And this is Chinese New Year play. Baba will come out now. 5 more CDs, 5 more things. So please, what to do? Then, I don't know, sir, this is no CD. But we played in the system in our place. I know, but it's not happening here. Is there something wrong with the system? Sir, this is Puttaparthi system, sir. He's not getting it. So now, what to do? So I only tell Swami, I know this is your game. I know you are the one who's doing it. Please, Bhagwan, please help Swami. We are really stuck. Really prayed intensely. Then one boy came, one Swami student boy. He came and said, what's the problem? So this is not working. Then he don't know what he did. Pull the wire, pull like this, pull like that. Immediately, this music started. The darshan music. Swami walking inside. This guy, the thing. Oh, okay, the music is coming. The play is coming. It's okay. Swami came, sat down. He did that. Play started. I quickly jumped aside and went to the backstage and waited. The whole play went very well. Everything went well, and our Swami was very happy. Everyone was happy. And I came back. I looked for this boy. That boy. I saw that boy. I said, brother, thank you so much, brother. Are you a sound engineer? No, brother. Then you know something about this? No, brother. What is it that you did? So, no, brother. I saw some wires, or whatever wires I saw, I pulled out. Whatever wires I put in. I put it in. You didn't know anything about sound engineering? Nothing. Then you don't know anything about the sound system? No, I don't know anything. Then what did you do? I said, I don't know. I saw some wires there. Simply I put here. I was like, oh, you Swami. Swami, final message before he left his physical body was, hey, I am this eternal scriptwriter. I am the director of the play. You are just an instrument. Oh, that understand that final message before you finish. The last thing could have been a disaster. So, final message, that play, that drama, internal drama which he did, was that drama. So, ultimately it is him. We have to let go and ask him to do that. But doesn't mean we compromise on the effort. Effort we must do. But the final feeling is that it is you, and nothing but you. Once you come to that stage, then it becomes, you have nothing to fear. That feeling must come all the time. So you don't need to worry about the next step. The next step will be his creation only. We are just available for him. So Baba is not interested in your capability. Baba is not interested in your ability. Baba is only interested in your availability. Once you are available, so, anything else? Any others? Any other? Okay. No time.